Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to go to Lowe's and pick up what we need for the garden. And I'm dancing around because I got the new Osmo 3. I was super excited.
So this is my life. I spend most of it waiting for her. I chose it.
Yeah, you did. But I really need some coffee before we start our day.
Bro, seriously? What happened to my coffee?
I chose it.
No! Don't break on me, not Keurig.
Here we go.
What does the little alert on the side say?
Okay, while he figures out what is going on with our Osmo, I'm going to tell you guys what we got to get done today. Since it is the first quarter moon, I have to put all the leafy greens and get them sown into the ground.
Stop it!
This is what happens when you're learning to use your equipment. We attempted to come to Lowe's yesterday to get all of this stuff, but there was like way too many people here. I used to work at Lowe's, so I know like we have contractors in the morning, and that's mostly it. It's not so much of the general public. And yesterday when we came, I thought maybe that there were not going to be that many people here, but the entire parking lot was filled, and that to me was just way too much of a risk. So we decided to just wake up super early and come when I knew that there were just going to be contractors here. So I'm with my peeps now. Anyways, let's go inside. Don't touch anything, don't touch anything.
So if you want to avoid large crowds, come early morning on Saturday or Sunday. Okay, I already picked up all of my seeds, but what always happens to me is I always end up picking up more than what I came for.
I get. First, what we want to get is out in the rain. Well,
All right, I'm gonna go grab the brackets and I'll be back.
with the brackets. Yes. But we need the tubs. I'm coming with you. Oh, I should probably get the cart.
Ew.
There's no one around. Yes. Success.
Okay, so I have a couple of things that I take into consideration when I was trying to plan out where I'm going to put some of my leafy greens. I have a lot of rabbits, and we have crazy amount of slugs that devoured and killed my hostas last year. So I'm going to use window boxes to put them around the side of my deck. Mostly everything I'm going to grow this year has to be in a container, or it's going to have to be vertically grown.
Tomatoes, I think, I hope. I'm so new at this. We are almost done. We're gonna get our, oh shit, honey. God dang it! Look where all the soil's at. Really?
Like it's coming down even harder now.
Really?
We can't get soil.
Vanilla?
You know, as we come up to the top stairs, put it there, and you grow vines and stuff up all
How
around
much
it.
is that? How much is that?
$211!
That price I could buy a saw and all the wood and make more than just one.
And that's exactly what I plan to do, because there's no way I'm paying $211 for something I can build.
Okay, so I'm really glad that we waited because there's absolutely no one in Lowe's right now. I'm in my favorite part of Lowe's, the tool aisle. Yes! Oh no! It's not $87 anymore. That was the saw I wanted.
Not that one.
Yes, it was. It was that one.
I think it was that one. It was a clearance model.
I'm gonna pout now. There's no other options.
There's always other options. By the time we were in the parking lot, I already had a plan B.
I'm fond of you right now.
So, of course, after we get all of the stuff that we need, it stops raining completely. He's not very happy with me right now. All right, so we made it out of Lowe's with minimal encounter. Like, just the cashier is the only one that actually helped us out, so that's good. And they are still super dead in there, so yeah, best decision ever. Look how pretty.
So I picked up these bins here, and I'm gonna use these bins for lettuce and these for herbs. Well, some of these for herbs as well, combination herbs. I am just using some seed starting soil and some garden soil, and that's what I'm using to put into these containers. And I also picked up these round containers here. So it's 12 inches. And you can see it's about another 12 inches deep. But I've seen tomato plants grown in smaller containers than this. I'm going to do my best with what I have because these were $5 a piece. They weren't super expensive.
Next, I have to take that soil and put it in those containers and plant my leafy greens before I lose the first quarter moon.
Before we get started, I'm going to go check downstairs because the poison ivy plant seems to want to have a baby and is now trying to kill me. Too many lights in my house. And we have a little baby sprout of poison ivy growing downstairs, and I want to make sure that I kill that before. Well, I don't even know if it's really poison ivy. Let's go check it out.
In my last video, I introduced that as the killer tree, and it's the killer tree because I'm highly allergic to poison ivy, and it actually almost killed me in November of 2019. And now it's having babies.
I'm not sure, but I'm not taking a chance. On a happier note, my little babies are blooming. I gotta show you guys. Okay, I am super excited because I literally put them in like 2 days ago. I didn't even put them in the sun. They were just sitting on my dining room table. And look, I got a little baby in 2 days. And I got all kinds of little babies over here too. Oh my God, nature, you are so awesome. I did want to show you guys these. They did not come with pre-drilled holes on the bottom, but they had kind of, I think you can see that. It has kind of like a little circle, and it kind of gives you a guide of where you can, I guess, put the drainage holes. I'm assuming that's what those were. Anyways, I put drainage holes in them. I just had the drill and I drilled holes in them. Now I had 6 of these total, and instead of doing this for each one, I actually just stacked them all on top of each other, and you can get the drill bit and go all the way through. So that was a quick tip. Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, so I am going to be using these here specifically for all of my leafy greens, and I'm using those because I'm going to have them as window boxes over my deck, and that way I can harvest from them when I need to.
I have 4 different types of leafy vegetables that I want to grow. Kale, arugula, spinach, and a lettuce. I know that I'm going to be harvesting more spinach for like green smoothies and then putting that into like different salads or even sandwiches, and most likely I will be harvesting a lot of kale to be making like kale chips. So these 2 I'm actually going to dedicate one of these bins to, and then these 2 I'm going to combine in one bin. From what I understand and what I've read, you can actually harvest these leaves little by little. You just gotta be careful, and spinach is super resilient and it just keeps growing and growing. I read this somewhere, so I'm just gonna try it anyway, but you are supposed to soak the spinach and kale seeds in water for up to 24 hours. I'm only gonna do it for a few hours and then I'm gonna stick them in here.
While we wait for those to soak, I'm just gonna fill up these other bins.
Okay, we got the spinach, and we have the kale, and we have lettuce and arugula all ready. So I'm a little bit curious because these have been in the water for about 30 minutes now, and hold on. I usually collect acorns every single fall, and when I do, I actually germinate them in a little bag like this. I collected some acorns, and if they float, that means that they will never be a tree. So I'm really curious to see if it's the same thing with spinach seeds. So I'm gonna go do some research on that, and we are going to find out. Okay, so I came out to check on these, and as you can see, they are still floating. So I am going to test this. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm going to end up making one side of the floating seeds, and the other side I'm gonna make, I'm going to sow in the sinking seeds. I wanna see how true this is. I just took out the seeds that were floating, and I'm going to just plant them on one side of this box. I'm just gonna put some tape here so that I know that this is the side that had the floating seeds. And then the rest of them, I'm going to plant all of them on this side.
So here's the leftover sinking seeds. I'm going to put them on the other side of this box. The leafy greens are very, very easy to sow in. They actually just get raked onto the top of the soil. You don't really bury them in, and then you just spray them with a spritzer like I'm doing here. If you want more information on how to sow seeds, I recommend Roots and Refuge. I'll put a link down below.
There we go. All right, guys.
Oh yeah, one more thing. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Leave some comments below, and I will see you guys later on this week.